I consider this something of an emergency video. It's been a while and I've been grinding the game like crazy, almost at 700 hours, over 114 hours into season 4, 3 weeks in. Actually, a little bit under the weather, but I'm going to just go straight into it. We have the greatness content drop. Came out of absolutely nowhere. This is exactly what NBA 2K26 has been missing. As you play the game, you basically get all these challenges right here. A lot of people have covered this, so I am actually just going to go specifically into ranking the best cards, which ones to target, and how they kind of sit in the entire ecosystem of cards. You know, this is something of my first top 10 to 12 lists, and it's a ranking of the best and new grindable content. And if you're NMS and haven't logged into 2K for months, and really in a matter of hours, you can basically build a competitive, high-quality squad from literally just playing the game online or offline. No matter how you slice it, this is universally a W. Now, I will give you something of a little bit of a wise tip. I have also been grinding the hell out of the domination to get the Doc Rivers card. We were able to get Doc Rivers as our coach. As you can see here, he is absolutely a must in the game. And then just a final little tip here, if you haven't already, I would recommend trying to lock in SAR. If you haven't completed your challenges, do that, because I think this is going to get a lot more difficult to complete by the time we get the Friday content tomorrow. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Those of you who are new to the channel, we have a website that actually supports all of our activities. It is basically the 2K26 model right here, as you can see. It's free to register. If you feel like supporting me, just hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, socials. I have it on the bottom here, so it makes it easy. But basically, we have content in here. We rank all of the cards in the game. I am going to do a better job making this feature a little bit more visible, but you can see the little stock ticker symbol here. You can just click on it and you can see all the animations. The singular 100 card is in there and all the stats, so definitely take advantage of that. And also, you can simulate leveling up badges, and you can update that, and that'll update the scores accordingly. So definitely recommend using that. You can see I've already started grinding this content, but to start things off at number 12, we have this brilliant Herb Jones card. This is a great card to deploy if you play salary cap like myself. Salary cap is actually a very good mode. You get some pretty good rewards from just, playing maybe like a dozen or so games, and you can probably win a lot of them. The competition is a lot softer in there than it is in Showdown and KOTC. But as you can see, Herb Jones right here at number 12, we have him at, yeah, he actually has some pretty decent post stats. I've been getting a little bit more into the post game lately. 89 three ball. If you add Doc Rivers, basically that turns it into a 95. Really excellent. Block is 92. Steal 96. Perimeter defense is at 96. I mean, phenomenal. Strength 88. Pretty solid build, 6'7". I would definitely go with this one. Here on the website, you'll see the greatness defenders section. There's 9 cards as part of the defenders. 5875 is his meta score. You click on the stats badges. He's kind of clustered around all these other diamonds, but really for me, it's going to be around all of the perimeter defense. You can see speed, perimeter defense. He's pretty elite. I mean, he's up there with Lou Dort, Bruce Bowen. And animations-wise, he's got the Jason Tatum escape, LeBron crossover combos, moving step back for Curry, and badge-wise, he's got some solid badges, but yeah, the solid card at number 12. At number 11, we have one of the shooters, and it's going to be this Galaxy Opal Drazen Petrovic. And as you can see, as you would imagine, probably one of the best shooters in the game. 6'5" at the 2. Not ideal for the height, but he's got some pretty solid badges as well, as you can expect. He has Deadeye, his limitless range, all the stuff that you would expect there. He has a 99 three ball, 90 driving dunk. Defense is pretty solid at 92 perimeter defense. Speed at 94, speed with ball 92. This is a solid card. I mean, you can't really go wrong with this one at the 2. Basically, like, I'm not sure if it would be doing anything like supplanting Dr. J or anything, but to give you an idea, we just go back to the website here, Talent-wise, where he kind of fits along with shooting guard and small forwards, you can see he's kind of in the talent level of a Brandon Ingram from Season 2 Wild Gems, although I admit that Brandon Ingram height and release is pretty good. I actually have been using it for the past week, grinded for it. Grant Hill, Bilal Coulibaly, Scottie Pippen. This is kind of the territory. So this is a very elite shooting guard small forward. We don't have a whole lot of really high-quality shooting guard small forwards that are attainable in this game, so being able to grind for this one is basically a big W. Next up, we have Pink Diamond Nick Batum at number 10. As you can see, this is his Portland Trailblazers iteration. 6'8" at the 3 is probably where you want to be using him. Probably got some pretty good defensive stats. 91 3 ball, 91 midi. Post stats are a little bit on the mid side. Perimeter defense, as I expected, 92. Even has 92 interior, so you boost that up +6. It's kind of amazing with that Doc Rivers card. Speed 91, speed with ball 90. Pretty solid card. Badge-wise, he's got a bunch of golds here. He's got Dimer, Challenger, Deadeye, Interceptor, Layup, Mixed Master. I mean, he was at his peak. He was among the best in steals, on-ball menace. So this is kind of the set of badges that I would expect him to have. And, you can see right here, he kind of does fit around like this talent level. Rashard Lewis, Scotty Barnes from Winter Festival, I think is actually a pretty solid comp here. I think his release will probably be better than Scotty Barnes. On the animation front, he has got the Zach LaVine crossover, which we're all very much a fan of. Only a normal escape there. D'Angelo Russell moving crossover. Kyrie Irving step back on normal dribble style. Pro 2 pull up. Release timing is only a normal, so that's not ideal, but this is actually just a pretty solid card. At number 9, we've got Rashard Lewis Galaxy Opal. I have heard that the release on this is not great, but it's one of those things I have to see it before I believe it. Attributes wise, you can see all the scoring stats are pretty solid here. 96 3 ball, 96 mid range. Post stats are mid, 90 draw foul. Ball handling's okay. Block is only at 53, is definitely not ideal. 89 perimeter defense, interior defense at 89. 53 block for power forward is just kind of troll if you're just asking me. 95 stamina. Rebounding at 80, so this is not like a great power forward that you would use. You would probably want to use him as a small forward, so if the release is not great, he'll probably get a future penalty on this in the model. As you can see on the website, he's actually literally right next to Nick Batum, so the fact that Nick Batum is a pink diamond and that this one is a Galaxy Opal is very telling, but you can see comps are like close to James Worthy, Batum, Gugliotta, although I am a big fan of the release on the Gugliotta card. I had that with some pretty good run in Season 3. And Kyle Kuzma, even from the Battlegrounds Festival, you can still lock that in for 3 PDs, but this is basically where he kind of sits at the level of talent. Next up at number 8, we've got, and this is really where things start to kind of separate from the first 4 cards that we went over. It starts getting into the territory where these guys really start cracking your lineup. And, this one is a little bit of borderline, but it is this DeMar DeRozan card. He is eligible to play at the 2, which I think is pretty huge here because he's only 6'7". So small forward, shooting guard. These days, he definitely plays more of a power forward position for the Sacramento Kings. 97 draw foul, which is pretty good. You could expect that mid-range is at 98, pretty high there. 88 3 balls, serviceable. 99 driving dunk, so he's definitely in the slasher category. Interior defense at 86 is not bad. 92 perimeter defense. Rebounding 80, 82. Speed 95. Vertical 98. I mean, he's going to be just driving to the basket, and we'll see how that releases. I'm not too familiar with the DeRozan animations. So, yeah, actually, he's pretty decent here. If you look at the website, not quite in the Tracy McGrady, Cooper Flagg territory, right around Julius Erving. I mean, this Julius Erving is probably a little bit better than some of these other cards, but they did juice this DeRozan up, and the DeRozan is a Galaxy Opal over this Pink Diamond Julius Erving. But anybody that knows how to use Dr. J knows what's up. But kind of looking along these lines, though, Paolo Banchero, Tracy McGrady, Cooper Flagg. If the DeMar DeRozan release is good, I think this is definitely a solid card. Problem is his release timing's on normal. He has a lot of his own animations in terms of the lower base, upper release. I haven't used a whole lot of DeMar DeRozan cards in the past, so not sure how good this set of animations are, but he does have the LeBron escape and crossover, so that is kind of nice there. And yeah, he's kind of in this territory on the 3 speed dimension here. Cheryl Ford, Kenyon Martin, Clyde Drexler, Josh Giddey, who a lot of people run online in MyTEAM Festival, Draymond Green. So next up at number 7, we've got Tyrese Haliburton, playing him at the 1, 6'5". The height is just really what helps out this card quite a bit. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have hated his release in the past, just the release animations, even if it is on very quick, which I suspect this card is on. It's just not a fan. It's just a very weird animation. Might be just personal preference, so I'll try to set that aside for now. But as you can expect, 93 3-ball gets up to 99. We get that dot card in 95 mid-range. Non-existent post stats. You're not really looking at that for his build and his player archetype. 84 steal. I think that's a little light for him. 89 perimeter defense, interior defense 84, 85. They had a real chance to really juice this card up. Only 94 and 93 speed too. I mean, the Petrovic card is actually higher with the speed, I think, on the attributes on that front. Badge-wise, as you can expect, ankle assassin, bailout, break starter, dead-eye, dimer, float game, glove, handles for days. He's going to have great handles. Lightning launch, limitless range, that sort of thing. Where does he rank among point guards? Well, he's pretty up there. He's, I would say, like top 15, top 20 point guard. Registers here at number 16. Right next to feature Wild Gems, Shea, MyTEAM Festival, Josh Giddey, Galaxy Opal, Jason Kidd, Stardust, Luka Doncic. If we take a look at the animations, as expected, it's all of his animations I was just talking about. His release for the lower base and upper, I have not been a fan of the Tyrese Haliburton build. But, as you can see, his shooting stats are just going to be pretty juiced. You're going to get some pretty solid badges out of him. So pretty good point guard. I would say that the problem is he kind of comes at a time where we have a lot of very high quality point guards, namely the free season 40 level reward, Russell Westbrook, any Shea Gilgeous-Alexander card that you have. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Pink Diamond featured Wild Gem. His burst is just absolutely just off the charts, an outlier from everybody else. And then we also have a Steph card that we're going to get to. So it's going to be tough to crack, but if you're somehow a fan of using Haliburton and you like the lower base, upper release, then maybe the card is for you. And as we just discussed, at number 6 is actually one of the top lock-ins here. It is the Dark Matter Steph Curry. Now, this has always been a very polarizing card. People are very much not a fan of how undersized he is at 6'3". You have to set that aside and acknowledge it. Now, I am not playing him over Penny Hardaway or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but he's exactly the kind of like great third microwave scorer point guard option I like to bring off the bench based on, what kind of matchup I have online. So this kind of fits the bill. Kind of think like, Caitlin Clark, Damian Lillard, that sort of archetype of shooter. And let's be honest, he's going to just be elite at shooting, right? And they seem to. I actually am a fan of the Steph release. It's just something that you have to get used to. You really can't get the 3 off faster than him. So, but yeah, agility, speed with ball, just phenomenal across the board. And you can expect him to have all the essential Hall of Fame badges for all the shooting stats. And you probably already saw it, but basically right a little north of the Tyrese Haliburton, Shea Gilgeous, Josh Giddey territory, we have Stephen Curry, 67-15 on the Metascore, top 12 point guard easily, I think, in the game. Alex Caruso, Battleground Rivals, I think is still a very slept-on card right here. And Steph's going to have all of his own animations, as he usually does, and the release timing, as I would expect for his Dark Matter card to have, is on very quick. Next up in defenders at number 5, we have Gary the Glove Payton. With him in his Sonics jersey, he gave Michael Jordan nightmares back in the day. He was definitely that good as a defender, 6'4" point guard. Attributes now, shooting wise, going to be a little bit more on the mid side, 90. I remember using Gary Payton last year, and I didn't really have too much of a problem with the animations of his release, but that's not really why you lock in for this card. The reason why you lock in for this card is this right here: 99 perimeter defense, 98 interior, speed with ball, agility, verticality. Just, it's going to be elite on the defensive end here, as you can see with his badges: movable enforcer, interceptor, off-ball pest, on-ball menace. They even gave him paint patroller. Just outstanding defensive card. That's just really what it comes down to. Now, Gary is even further up on this list here. You can see Alex Caruso, Oscar Robertson, Gary Payton. Gary Payton comes in at a 67-79. Really right next to that flash, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Season 2 Wild Gems, Penny Hardaway, which is still elite as a 6'7" point guard. Really not quite in that upper like A-S tier of point guards, which is kind of really above this Penny, that top 6. Westbrook, Doncic from Challengers, LaMelo, Devin Booker is ridiculous. And then, that Dwyane Wade that we'll talk about. Animations-wise, he's got the Devin Booker dribble style, so a lot of people are going to be a big-time fan of that. He's got the shooting, lower base, upper release. Again, like I said, in the past, I haven't had too much of a problem with his release. I haven't tried it this year yet. He's got the Zach LaVine crossover, so they gave him some pretty solid animations here. James Harden escape move's not bad. Moving spin, they gave him the cat moving spin, which is kind of funny. Now, next up at number 4 is one of the lock-in cards here. It is Blake Griffin. I got to be honest, this is yet another card. Blake Griffin is just not a card that I have used a ton of, really in the last 5 years, if I'm being totally honest. So we'll get to that. Attributes-wise, you can expect him to be very elite in the post, which is, a good skill to have to kind of throw off your opponents who are little. I find that people lack post skills in general online. 3 balls at 92, mid-range is 96, driving dunk is 99. All of the dunk stats are going to be at the very end. Defensively, though, this is where it's at. He's got 92 perimeter, 95 interior, rebounding's at 97, speed. This verticality's at 99, strength 97. This card is pretty juiced. Aerial wizard, box out beast, brick wall, handles for days, high-flying denier, interceptor. He's just got all the slasher defender badges. This card is absolutely elite. Now, when you're talking about best power forwards of the game, Blake Griffin is really right there. Alex Sarr, a lot of people run him at the center, like myself, but basically, this is how good he is. He's in that Larry Bird, LeBron, Sarr, Garnett territory. Really only greatness Larry Bird, kind of giving it away there. LeBron, Shaq, Tim Duncan, KP, Dark Matter KP. These are the best power forwards in the game. I think this card is an absolute must, but we'll definitely get into that. Animations-wise, you'll see Blake has his own lower and upper. I have no idea if that's good. I've heard it's not ideal. What the thing that is a little bit disappointing is that they gave him a lot of basic animations and normal dribble style, but they did give him very quick release timing. It's really going to come down to that release, but again, he's going to be driving and slashing, going to the rim, which is the meta in the game right now. And given all of his attributes, this is still very much an elite card. So, yeah, Kevin Garnett, Rick Barry, Lisa Leslie, Karl Malone. That's just where it's at right now. At number 3, which is a card that I'm a huge fan of and will absolutely be grinding for, and I suspect a lot of people are going to be mostly grinding for this one, aside from the Dwyane Wade, obviously, is Kevin Garnett. Now, you could argue this could be the number 2 card, maybe a little bit of a controversial take, but I think he is the 3rd best one. 6'11", you just want to run him at the power forward position, ideally. He is the archetypal power forward. But post stats elite, driving dunk 97, standing dunk 95. I think it's a little troll over Dark Matter KG if you're asking me, but 98 interior defense, 97 perimeter defense. I kind of laugh because they should have given this 99, 98 on the offensive defensive rebounds, speed 96. The speed at 96 is a little disappointing too because his Pink Diamond Wild Gem, which I've been using, is also 96. Speed with the ball 89, strength 93. So pretty good. The big thing, though, is he's got some pretty solid badges as well. So they gave him Aerial Wizard, Box Out Beast, Brick Wall, Challenger, Deadeye, Glove, High Flying Denier. You see all of these. They gave him a lot of Hall of Fame badges in this one, especially some badges that they didn't have to give him. And as you just saw from previous discussion, You see KG, top 8 power forward in the game right here, 74-32 meta score, tick below Blake Griffin on the score. And, I did that just because I'm not going strictly by meta score, but directionally by meta score. But I still think that the Blake Griffin, I think this card is better than Blake Griffin just because of the animations and just a little bit of uncertainty around Blake Griffin's animations. That as I had mentioned, I had not used the card in like 5 years. But yeah, like I said, his badges are elite. Animations wise, it's the KG animations. Release timing on very quick. This is the big thing right here. You'll see basic dribble pull up, basic dribble style, not great. Escape moves, LeBron, crossover KD. So, but he's going to be just absolutely elite on the defensive end. At number 2, it is Larry Legend. I've only used Larry's cards a little bit. Historically, his cards haven't been used a big ton. And the big thing, 6'9", small forward position. I think that's a pretty solid build. Post stats are going to be elite. Close shot 99, midi 99, 3.99. They gave him perfect shooting, basically. Ball handling is a little low at 88. Block at 90. Perimeter defense 95. Interior 95. Rebounding 94. Speed 95. Verticality 88. Strength. Badge-wise, a little light on some of these at the top. I would probably try to give him Ankle Assassin, Aerial Wizard. But they did give him Challenger, Deadeye, Flow Game Glove. I would probably give him Handles for Days on the Legend side, Limitless Range. But, just attributes-wise, he is absolutely solid. And never mind, just looking at the power forward list, Larry is, if we hide hidden gems, Larry's in the top 10, top 12 category in terms of cards in the game. Right ahead of LaMelo Ball, Blake Griffin, Luka, tick below Devin Booker, Tis the Season LeBron, Battlegrounds MJ, Tis the Season Victor Wembanyama, still the best Galaxy Opal in the game. This is an elite card. So animations-wise, it's Larry's own animations. Again, it's kind of similar story to Blake Griffin. Not sure how good that upper and lower base is. Very quick, though, on the release timing. Pro dribble style. Pro 2 dribble pull-up. Escape moves. Pro. Crossover. They gave him the De'Aaron Fox, which isn't bad. Moving step back for Curry. And moving spin Kobe White, which is always funny. Just real quick, notably, you'll notice I have left this Allen Iverson card off of the list. It is a 55-ish meta score. Not really worth your time. AI's cards are just never good. But there it is. This is the number 1 card. It is the Dwyane Wade card. This is, aside from Hoodie Mellow, this is it. This is the best card in the game, 8103. This is why everyone is grinding everything. It is going to take a very long time to grind for this card. If you're doing offline, Godspeed. I will not be grinding that much offline, but I will get this card eventually. Stats-wise, it's the first 100 overall, so as you can expect, he is incomparable. This is a perfect card attribute-wise. In terms of the animations, where things start getting separated out in terms of build animations, 6'4", the shooting guard, point guard. I would probably run him at the shooting guard, kind of controversial opinion, because I just have too many quality point guards, but he's got very quick release timing, Zach LaVine escape, which is incredible, and then signature size up on pro, Darius Garland dribble style, and Kyrie Irving step back. Just an elite card. That's really just where it's at. So that'll do it. I'll wrap it up. So remember, it's free to register on the Sin the Pankers website here. If you want to support me, just click that like button, subscribe, and then just follow me on socials. It helps me out quite a bit. If you want to support me, and enjoy this grind. It's the best content we've gotten from 2K in a long time. So enjoy, and I'll try to bring some more content to you guys. I know it's been a little bit of a dry spell, but I've just been grinding the shit out of the game, and haven't had a whole lot of content to talk about, and this is definitely the thing. All right, so take it easy.